I have an incoming message about how we identify with the physiological aspect of our being. So I know for me, myself, I used to identify as a highly sensitive person, but that has since changed a lot within the last year. One of the things I think about is how quickly our ego tends to create stories when it comes to how our body is perceiving feedback and information. So, when our body is in distress, when our body or our nervous system is in fight or flight, we tend to create stories as to why we're feeling a certain way. You know, we say we have anxiety because someone hasn't texted us back, or we create stories like, oh, this impending doom that I'm feeling is because something is bound to happen. And I've been thinking about this a lot because I've naturally just started to release stories from the physiological aspect of what I'm experiencing. Because over time, when we keep associating a feeling with a meaning, with a story, it becomes a belief, right? So, like, if we're used to certain behaviors or patterns and we create a story out of that and we experience it in our body, then we start to think, like, oh no, this thing is happening now. And there was like a situation where I had kind of some difficulty sleeping, or it wasn't really difficulty sleeping. It was like I kept waking up through the middle of the night, and I just thought to myself, like, oh, well, it must mean this, it must mean that. And then I noticed that when I dropped the story, it allowed my body to process the experience a lot easier. Like the moment, the feelings, the emotions, the nervousness just started to just move through me rather than have, any kind of meaning maker to it. And I've noticed that overall, like how much of our identity is associated with how we feel. It doesn't have to be that way. And it helps release the resistance and the tension in manifesting, because it's like if we just let feelings move through us, then there's less resistance.